Gupta Saab will enlighten us on the talk that is culture, curriculum and new dawn. गुप्ता जी आपका स्वागत है, मैं आपका अभिनंदन करता हूं, स्वागत करता हूं.
Thank you so much. At the outset, my greetings to all participants, all learned participants, and I must congratulate RI Ajmer for organizing such an ambitious national workshop. Congratulations must go to the Vice Chancellor, Professor Anil Shukla, the Principal, Professor S.P. Sharma, and of course, Dr. Professor Sharyu Yadav. They have done a wonderful job by organizing such a wonderful event. Having said this, I also express my deep sense of gratitude for giving me this honor and privilege to be a speaker today. Friends, since morning, we have been listening and hearing about the importance and significance of NEP 2020. What interests me are a couple of points. The first important point is the focus on multilingualism. As the previous speaker, Mr. Rajiv Ranjan Roy, rightly highlighted the importance of unity in diversity. How will there be unity in diversity? Only when we give equal respect to different languages. That was something that was also highlighted by the Padma Shri, the guest of honor this morning. Friends, apart from multilingualism, the focus on multilingualism, what interests me is the focus on early child education, experimentation with new pedagogy, and above all, on the need to strengthen teachers. Because unless and until teachers are empowered, unless and until teachers are made to feel great about what they are doing, they cannot contribute the best to the system. You must have heard of the line, Gopa galti hai, पर उसका राहुल तो पलता है. हमारे शिक्षक कब तक ऐसा सोचते रहेंगे कि गोपा गलती है पर उसका राहुल तो पलता है? No, not at all. Friends, having thrown brief light on the significance of NEP, we must understand we are here to discuss and deliberate upon the mother of all this. And what is the mother of all this? The education. So let us understand the significance of education, what education is not, and what above all education ought to be, my friends. We must understand that, because unless and until we have the clarity of this, we will not be able to do justice to the topic, that is culture, curriculum, and new dawn. My focus today would be more on new dawn. What is this new dawn all about? As a student of English literature and language, I'm reminded of beautiful lines from Wordsworth. And those lines are, enough of science and of arts, enough of science and of arts, close up these barren leaves, come forth and bring with you a heart. What kind of heart? A heart that watches and receives. My friends, I could not think of better lines than these to highlight the importance and significance of education. Education must not be only about the left side of the brain. It must not be only about the right side of the brain, something that keynote speaker, Professor Mishra, was talking about this morning. Education must be something holistic. I love to say education is a liberating force. It liberates, it uplifts society. It's an agent of change. It's a process of continuous learning, transfer of certain values, beliefs, norms, culture, ethos. And above all, education is a journey from avidya to vidya, from darkness to light. All this is a part of education, my friend. But the most important point that we need to discuss today is education doing all this or not? Recently, I finished reading a beautiful book by Nelson Mandela, that's his autobiography. There he says, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. with respect to him, I disagree. In the context of India, I do not think education is to be used as a weapon to change the world. Education must bring about inner awakening or a sense of transformation within first. And that is why the bard who got the Nobel Prize in the year 1913, he sang, that was his vision and dream, where the mind is without fear and head is held high, where knowledge is free into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom. My father, let my country awake. The question that we need to ask today, has that happened or not? Has that happened or not? If that has not happened, how will that happen? Because my friend Rajiv referred to, rather quoted one person. He's called the father of Indian Constitution. We should not forget that he was denied education. He was denied education because he belonged to a particular caste and class. So education, to my mind, cannot be a liberating force unless and until there is a change of focus in education. Education must be the humanization of society in the Indian context. The moment we talk about the humanization of society, we take it for granted that it will be focused on values. Those universal values which do not discriminate on the basis of caste, class, or creed. It will be egalitarian in nature, my friends. So that is what education must be, my friends. It must be the humanization of society. So my topic today talks about two things. They are culture and curriculum. We had wonderful discussion on culture, especially by the keynote speaker. Culture and education, they are not separate entities, my friends. Culture is what we are, and civilization is what we have. That is to say, culture includes the normative value, something that is not tangible. Culture definitely includes language. And a great biologist called E.B. Tyler beautifully defined culture as the complex whole, which includes knowledge, belief, art, morals, law, custom, and any other capability acquired by man as a member of society. Mark the words, as a member of society. That is important because culture refers to shared values. Culture will not exist in isolation, and therefore unity in diversity is also possible when we realize that we as a group need to contribute to make our society a better one. And having understood that, we have to understand the significance of curriculum in particular, because the entire discussion on new education policy must make us think about the significance of curriculum. What is curriculum? That is a course design, and it is something very dynamic. It is something which is negotiated, because when we talk about curriculum, my friends, it includes many stakeholders. It is not only the students, it is not only the teachers, it is also the administrators, it is also the parents, and above all, it includes, and it must be focused on the existing values, shared values, my friends. And let's also understand curriculum needs to be changing from time to time. And that is why we have one curriculum after the other, my friend, because even the values which we consider are not changeable is not so. Values do change with the passage of time, my friends. And therefore, it is very important to understand that the teachers in particular are made to contribute more. How will that happen? When we include right people into this profession, not necessarily people from one class, one caste, or one community or one religion. The very purpose of Indian democracy would be defeated. This morning, there was emphasis by the guest of honor on democracy, or vibrant democracy being being what defines Indian society. So we must remember that we need to bring the message, the Sankan message into the mainstream, To my mind, there will be a new dawn in India, not only by having a new education policy. I'll conclude by highlighting that new dawn will be possible when we focus on capacity building, especially of those who have not got the privilege. That is point one. And point two, let us remember our scriptures, and our scripture says, Atmano mokchartam jagat hitaicho. So that should be the goal of our education system, where we help individuals to have moksha as well as they contribute to society. And lastly, one recommendation I have, we must have a chair in every part of NCERT where we have somebody who is not formally trained, who has not gone to educational institution. The person who has the wisdom and insight must have a particular chair for him. Only then we will have inclusive India, the India that Rajiv Ranjan was also referring to. India will be a great nation only when we bring the majority or the masses into the mainstream. Thank you very much. Thank you.